another episode of Creating Powerful Impact. I'm your host, Shay Wheat, and today's guest is actually 15 hours ahead of me, which is actually kind of fun and exciting. He's like in the future. But I would love to introduce you to, and let's see if I can get his name correct, Marcus Svedin.
Correct. Good job. Good job.
Come on. All right.
Gold star.
All right, so Marcus is a former industrial electrician who transitioned into the world of advertising following a knee injury. From his early days in Facebook advertising, he quickly found his calling in YouTube advertising. So together with Ben Jones, his co-founder in Titan Marketer, a leading digital marketing agency specializing in sales process optimization, and YouTube video advertising. So with their expertise, they've assisted, get this, over 500 business owners since 2019, empowering them to achieve remarkable results, adding 6 to 7 figures to their business through strategic implementation of YouTube ads. So please help me welcome Marcus to the Creating Powerful Impact stage. Yay,
thanks,
Marcus.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad that like within the first few seconds, I've already gotten a gold star. So yeah. Everything after this is just going to be great and amazing.
That's it. I love it. Thanks for having me. I appreciate being on.
Yes, glad to have you here. So I definitely want to chat about a couple of different things because in the podcast here, we like to look behind the scenes, behind the curtain, because we know that how you started to where you are now has not most likely been a very smooth road. And I know you're shaking your head right now, so I'm sure there's some probably really good stories. But I would love, for you to share a little bit about, where are you guys right now? What are you looking to do? If you want to share a little stumble or two along the way of
I got a few.
growing, please feel free to. And then obviously we'll get into some nitty gritties about YouTube ads because I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. So we started Titan Marketer back in about 2019, 2020, somewhere around there, and we were doing pretty well with it. We did a lot with coaches and consultants, and particularly with events. So helping advertise live, in person, like 2-day, 3-day events.
My world.
Yeah, and we actually did a couple ourselves, and we still do some ourselves as well. But then COVID came, and that just totally squashed our dream. We went from doing really, really well to doing just breathing out of a straw with our head underwater. That's what it was like with COVID came. And then we swapped to, because we do a lot of coaching, right, as well. Our biggest thing right now is coaching. So we help business owners and whatnot learn how to do YouTube ads for themselves so they can drive their own boat, because traffic's the lifeblood of every business, and so if you don't have traffic, your business is dead.
Right.
So we do have an agency, but I like the coaching part, so we started doing coaching, and so we moved to virtual. We moved to 1-day virtual events on the internet, because we couldn't gather in groups, and here in Australia, we had massive lockdowns and couldn't go anywhere, and couldn't go to the beach, and couldn't do anything. Mm-hmm. So we started doing 1-day virtual events, which is fantastic, but it was tough. Because anyone that's done events knows the hardest part, there's 2 hard parts. It's A, filling the room, yep, and B, getting the suckers, no, I would say suckers, but getting the people to show up. So, right. Oh, no, yeah, bad choice of words, but you know what I mean, yeah. Anyways, I'll show him. He said a lot. Anyways, it's getting people to show up, right? Getting the guys to show up. And so with virtual events, it was great because, people could show up. The show up rate was 40, 50%, which is fantastic. Because because for free events, we ran free events.
Okay. Yes.
They
For
weren't
a free
paid.
event, that makes
Yeah,
sense. For sure.
for free event. When we do a paid event, it's like 95% show up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, especially at the beginning, because everybody was trying to figure out what's happening, and I'm in a house by myself, or I'm stuck with my family and I don't want to be, what have you, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And they're wanting to have that outside connection. So events were an outlet for sure.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. So we had a pretty decent show up right for virtual, but the problem was people staying on, because when you're doing virtual events, you get distracted. People get distracted. So like, oh, the phone rings. Oh, the kids are going crazy. Oh, look, YouTube. Oh, look, Facebook. Oh, my phone. Like there's just all billion distractions. If it's a live in-person event, I don't have that problem.
You're kind of captive, right? It's like you're
in the exactly. You're in a room with someone. You're looking at them.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we started doing that, and it was that kept our head barely above water during COVID. So then COVID finally calmed down and Australia opened up again. And so now we're doing more live events. We have an event coming up in Sydney and in Brisbane later on this year, which would be fantastic. Anyways, so things are starting to pick up now. We focus mostly on with YouTube advertising. Now we do live events now, and then we do book a call. So we just get, we do a training, send people to a training, and then they book a call with us, and that's working really well too.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
So now things are looking like much, much, much better. And Type Marketer almost died a couple of years ago, which is really painful, because I spent a lot of emotional effort and mental effort and physical effort building it up, just to have it torn down by
something out of your control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. I totally feel you. And even now, I'd be curious to know, it seems like there's another shift happening. And I'm wondering if you're seeing it in the YouTube ad world as well. But before, kind of going that route, you don't necessarily hear a whole lot about YouTube ads. You hear a lot about, oh, I'm going to get my Facebook ads going. But what's the difference, and why would you want to do YouTube over Facebook, or do you use them in conjunction, or tell us a little bit about that.
So that's a great question. The short answer is yes.
To which question?
Yeah. Well, what I mean by that is we do use both. So we use Facebook for retargeting purposes. But when we do our cold audience marketing, so people who never heard of us, we do YouTube. Now, the reason why we do YouTube is because we've spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on our own stuff, right? Maybe almost $1 million right now, just in the past 2 years almost, on our own stuff. And what we've noticed is people who come from our YouTube advertising are usually way higher quality lead, much better lead than people coming from Facebook. I don't know. I have my theories. But yeah, for example, more people will show up to our events if they came from YouTube. More people will show up to the calls with us if they're from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's because of the mindset people are in when they're watching YouTube, whether they're on Facebook. When you're on Facebook, you're just scrolling, just freaking zombie mode, scrolling through the feed, and then every other fetching post is an ad in your feed, and so whereas on YouTube, people, 75% of all searches on YouTube begin with how to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're going there to learn something.
Yeah, so they go there to learn something, or to catch up on world events, or to be entertained or some sort, or to learn, right? So that's
inspired.
Yeah, exactly. So I think a mindset is a bit different on YouTube than it is on Facebook. Now that's a bit of the difference. I mean, there's other targeting issues, targeting differences, right? So I won't get too much in the weeds with it, but the targeting on YouTube is way better, like way better. And the reason being is, just say you go to, so Google, right? Google knows heaps about us, right? Because it has all these different data points on us, right? Where you go, what you search, what you look up on YouTube, what websites you visit. It sees all this, and it uses all this for marketing purposes, right? And so I can go to YouTube, I can put my ad on, and I can say, all right, anyone that's typed in these specific search terms or keywords on YouTube, on Google, I'm going to show my ad to them. Anyone who's visited these websites, your competitor websites or other software websites that your dream clients may be using, I'm going to target them. Okay. Anyone that's using these specific Google apps in the Play Store, Google Play Store, I'm going to target them. Okay. So the targeting options on YouTube are fantastic. And then when you layer that with income targeting, it's unreal. It's unreal. So
because it's like part of Google data points, is it just showing up on YouTube, or is it also showing up on other places?
So when you create a YouTube campaign, right, it'll show up on YouTube and it'll show up on the display networks on websites. You know how sometimes you open up a bunch of tabs or whatever, and then all of a sudden a video starts playing, you're like, where the frick's that coming from? You know, that's a YouTube ad. However, that's a really bad placements. So there's ways of excluding the display network from your YouTube campaigns.
Because then you just start annoying, and then people aren't
going to
want to do business with you. It's like, oh, you're the one that has the annoying ad. I don't want you.
Yeah, that's it. So, and then like on YouTube, when you run skippable ads, in-stream ads, those are the ones you can skip at the 5 seconds, right? You have 5 seconds to say your piece to grab attention of who you want before they can skip, right? So one of my favorite hooks, right, is your Facebook advertising turning your is your Facebook advertising turning your hair 50 shades of gray? Maybe it's turning YouTube ads, right? So in that like 3 seconds it took me to say that, right? I'm able to call out people who are frustrated who are running Facebook ads, who are frustrated with Facebook ads, and I'm putting the thought of YouTube advertising in their head. Right. So and on Facebook, you can't really do that because they just scroll. So that's the biggest difference. Probably I would say between Facebook and YouTube. It's just targeting and then the messaging, able to get your message across a lot better. So, but yeah, we spend probably 80% of our advertising on YouTube.
Really? Okay. So you mentioned something there, like you have that 5 seconds. Would you share with us a little bit more about like, how do you actually structure that ad or that script so it grabs their attention and actually is with you for the 1-2 minutes that you have like before it goes into the video that you're looking to watch?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So one of the biggest mistakes that many new YouTube advertisers make is they'll probably have a video ad that's done really well on Facebook, and they'll just copy paste. And it tanks hard, right? Because it's a different format, it's different structure, right? So the proper structure you want to have for a YouTube ad is hook. Well, we have a 4-part one, right? Most people have 3 parts, but we have 4 parts, and it works really well. Okay. So the first part is hook, which is where you call out your dream client. You call out who you want to speak to. And then when everyone else hits skip. So on that hook, I said earlier, if you're not running Facebook, right, you're going to hit skip, right? So the skip button is your best friend. So the hook, and then you have your elevator pitch. Okay. Now what an elevator pitch is, imagine this. Imagine you need to go speak to the boss, right, to pitch him an idea, right? So you go to the very top floor in your skyscraper or wherever he is, the very top floor, right? And as the doors open, the boss gets in the elevator, right? So now you have from the very top to the very bottom, which usually takes about 30 seconds, to pitch your idea, right? So you have an elevator pitch. So within like the first 30 seconds of the video starting, you need to basically pitch yourself, why they should listen to you, you know? So for example, you know, is Facebook advertising turning your hair 50 shades of gray? Maybe try YouTube ads. Hi, my name is Marcus Svedin, and I've helped hundreds of business owners add an additional 6 to 7 figures to their business using simple YouTube ads like this. In the next 90 seconds, I'm going to show you exactly why YouTube advertising, why YouTube advertising is, far superior than Facebook, and can help you take your business to the next level. So what I'm doing there is I'm pitching myself, why they should listen to me, and then why they should listen to the ad. Okay. Right. And then I have a story. And in the story, you deliver on what you promised in the elevator pitch. So the story, that's where you deliver the value, where you go over whatever is your promise. Okay. That usually goes for about 90 seconds or somewhere on there. And then you have your close. Now, a big mistake that a lot of people make is they go, oh, so to register for the masterclass, click below, or to discover more, click below, or whatever, right? That's a terrible way to close, terrible way to close. You want to sell the click. You need to sell the click. So what you say is, after I would deliver my value, I'd say, so if you would like to discover, if you would like to discover how YouTube ads can simply out, so if you want to discover how YouTube ads can add an additional 6 to 7 figures to your business in the next, 6 months or whatever, right? Simply click on the link below. You'll be taken to a page that looks something like this. And this is where you'll show the landing page in the video, right? So they know they're going to the right place. Continuity, right? Very important. Okay. Where you can register for the masterclass, and I'll see you there. Okay. So see the difference? So one, you're just telling them to click, to discover more, or, to register. With the other one, you're actually selling the click. So if you want to add an additional 6, 7 figures to your business, okay, through YouTube ads, click the button below, right? So you need to sell the click, not just tell people what to do. So you have your hook,
like walking them through, and
you exactly.
also put a bit of like a limiter in there too,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. So you have it hook, elevator pitch, your story, and then your close.
Yep, that call to action.
Yeah,
yes, I love it. Okay, cool. So are there any like top ways that you like are really having success with YouTube ads right now, or is it just following that formula?
It's also you have to follow a YouTube for the script formula. That's really important. The creative is probably the number one thing.
Yeah,
the number one thing. Now, what I don't want people to get hung up on is thinking they have to make Hollywood style YouTube ads. They don't have to. All you need is a phone, a decent mic, a decent like lapel mic or some sort, because you want good sound, and a script. That's it. That's really all you need, and maybe someone to hold the phone for you, the camera for you. That's all you need. You can do it in your office. You can do it on a beach, in a park. You can do it wherever, whatever is relative to what your offering is, right? So you don't need Hollywood style ads.
That's good.
Because people crave two things today: truth and authenticity.
Yeah.
Right. And so because you're on YouTube, it makes you more of an authority. But because it's not a Hollywood style ad, right, it makes you look more authentic, and that creates a higher level of trust than like a Coca-Cola type commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, or an insurance commercial. So so what's working for us right now is we're targeting websites. So when we create our campaigns, one of my favorite audiences target people who visit specific websites. So I target my competitors' websites. I target websites that my dream clients visit regularly. So like if you have like CRM websites like Entreport, Salesforce, HubSpot, I target those types of websites. I target the Facebook ads app. That works quite well. Yes,
So
those are working really well.
for like people that are sidelined to you that would have your audience and their things, or are competitors with you, or come before you, like
Yep.
in the client customer journey, you're thinking about who's coming before you and what they would need next, right? So if they have a CRM, then it's probably somebody that is looking to then utilize ads as a next step, right?
Exactly.
So that's thing is like,
Exactly.
who's next to you, who's before you, who's sidelined to you, who's a competitor to you. That's what you're looking to do.
Exactly.
Right?
You need to know who your avatar is, where they're hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
what websites they're visiting, you know? So if I'm targeting business owners, well, what kind of websites do business owners utilize? What kind of softwares do they use? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Those softwares have a login page. Oh, well, I can just target the login page. So now I'm targeting the users of that software, not just people visiting their homepage.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's a little tidbit.
That's a nice little tidbit of like, you're just going and niching down a little bit deeper on there.
Yeah. So instead of targeting the software's homepage, so for example, ClickFunnels. I don't target ClickFunnels landing page. I target ClickFunnels login page.
Yeah, that makes sense because they already have ClickFunnels.
They already have ClickFunnels. So I target Entreport and Salesforce and HubSpot and ActiveCampaign, right? Well, I don't target the home pages. I target the login pages.
Oh, that right there is a diamond drop.
Yeah. So I mean, we're testing a few other things right now. Like we're testing targeting specific YouTube channels through conversion campaigns. So it's not placement targeting. It's a bit different. It's kind of hard to explain. I won't get too much into it. I'll confuse people. I easily confuse people. But yeah, we're trying a few different things right now. So
that's good. I think it's important to be always testing, right?
Yeah,
even with events, we're constantly testing of like, okay, let's do a 1 day versus a 3 day. Like,
and that's scary.
An introduction event. Are we, like all of those, you have to test it because like I said earlier, the market is constantly changing. And how do you bring in the attention and what are people looking for and what are they wanting and what are they saying they want, right? So Marcus, we could go on forever. But I have a feeling that our audience is like, okay, I want to see like, maybe this is a fit for me, maybe it's not. Do you happen to have a way that they can stay connected with you and have like a free gift that they can find out more?
Yeah, so I actually have a couple gifts actually. So I have my first gift that I'll give you guys is we have a training. It's a free training, and the whole purpose of the training is to help business owners understand YouTube and find out if it's for them. Because a lot of people don't like they've been on Facebook or they're new or whatever, and they don't know if it's for them. So to help them understand if it's for them before they start, spending lots and lots and lots of money on something that may not work for them. We have a free training, so I'll give you guys a link to the free training. Goes for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, somewhere around there, but it's very, very informative. And then what I'll do also is I'll actually give you a link to some resources. So we have a bunch of free resources for like the different audiences you can find inside YouTube. There's a YouTube ad checklist. So how to checklist for creating YouTube ads, and then a template on how to structure, like the structure for the actual template. And I think there's also something about, I think we might have a Chat GPT training in there as well. I think I have to double check. I'm not so sure.
Regardless, like even before that seems really, really super valuable. So thank you for providing that to our audience. I'm very excited. So everybody, you can definitely pick all that up as links in the show notes. But Marcus, to wrap this all up, what would you say is your takeaway or memorable note that you would like to leave our audience with today?
So do you mind if I give you two? Is that all right?
I'll let you have two. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one, I come across a lot of solopreneurs, right? People who are doing it by themselves, or they may have like one like a web developer or a graphic designer or whatever. Don't do everything by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like what the biggest thing that I've learned is basically, if you want to scale to high 6 figures, 7 figures, I mean, if you already have a system that you can do it by yourself, fantastic. Call me. I want to know.
Right? I would too.
Like,
I haven't seen it.
Sorry. But you need to have a team. You need to have a good team. So we have like 13 people that work with us, right? And one of them, sorry, one of them is our operations manager, right? I couldn't live without him, right? Yeah. So you have to have a team. Okay. So if you want to scale big, get a team together. Okay. It's going to make your life so much better, so much easier, and so much less stressful. The next thing I want to talk about is not so much business related, but it's a personal thing that I've discovered specifically over the past few months, is that your clients will not remember how much time you spent working on for them, right? Your clients won't remember that. Your clients, your people won't, your employees won't remember how much overtime you did and how hard you worked and this and that. Okay, your clients won't even remember that. Okay. But your kids will, your family will, right? And so I've spent so many nights, my kids have come home from school and, oh, Dad, can you come do this? Oh, no, I'm busy, I'm working. Hold on, I'm busy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no joke. On our Netflix profile, my little avatar, they named it, "No, I'm busy." Right? I'm not joking. If I'm lying, I'm dying, right? So, yeah. So, but not the other day, but a couple months ago, I saw this quote saying, your boss won't remember how much overtime you did, but your kids will. So that really hit me hard, right? And so don't spend all your time working, right? Spend time with friends, spend time with family, and you'll actually find that your business will improve if you do that, because you'll be less stressed, less worried. And it's worked for me. So those are probably the two little tidbits. One's business related, but one's, not so much business related, but it affects your business.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. I love both of those. Totally worth having you have two. So thank you so much, Marcus, for being with us. And I also want to thank each and every single one of you for listening and joining us on another episode of Creating Powerful Impact. I'm really excited for you to take all of these lessons and all of these resources that you've learned here today, start implementing them, and create even more impact in your world. Until next time, have an outstanding rest of your day. Take care. Thank you so much for listening to the Creating Powerful Impact podcast. If you are a successful coach, speaker, author, or thought leader who would like to be on this program, simply visit creatingpowerfulimpact.com/guest. If you are someone who got something out of this interview, would you please do me a favor and share this episode on social media? Just do a quick screenshot with your phone and text it to a friend or post it on your socials. Also, if you know somebody that would be a great guest, tag them on social media to let them know about the show and include the hashtag Creating Powerful Impact. I love seeing all of your posts and great guest selections. We are regularly putting out new episodes and content. To make sure you don't miss any episodes, go ahead and subscribe. Your thumbs up, ratings, and reviews go a long way to help promote the show, and they really mean a lot to me and my team. Want to know more about us? Head on over to our website, graceandeaseproductions.com, or follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. Just look for Grace and Ease Productions on your favorite platform. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.